Good evening, everyone. SpaceX closes its bond offering while Rocket Lab beats a turnaround record. Firefly stock sinks, but they will likely get an Exim loan of 110 million. Ubonica raises 11 million. Sophia Space will soon test orbital data center tech on an Apex sat, probably next year. Now, could China's space sale rival Starlink in any way? We're going to find out. And this is no surprise to anyone. NASA's aging infrastructure can't handle Artemis launches without at least $1 billion in upgrades, says one analyst. VAS assigned additional partners for their commercial space station microgravity research. KESA, the Korean Space Agency, accelerates their domestic launch system to cut reliance on foreign rockets. Sound familiar? Boeing gets a $2 billion boost in a next-gen comms deal from Space Force. And the European Flight Ticket Initiative opens to more launch service providers. We're going to find out what that is. And all this on our returning guest, Dallas Bienhoff. From the news desk at the Center for Space Commerce and Finance, my name is Thomas Andrew Olson, and this is The Unknown Quantity. Hi, folks. Sean Key is not at the helm tonight, and Michael Lee is serving double duties, my co-host, and running the background stuff. So it's all good. We're doing well. As you know, this program is brought to you by the Center for Space Commerce and Finance. And what is the center? We champion and strengthen emerging space startups and space-adjacent enterprises worldwide through advisory, access, and advocacy, our legendary pitch events, and world-class boot camps fortify startups to be better investor-ready. Now, a lot of our work, especially the show, is supported by our listeners and fans like you. So just go to cscf.space/support and click that Plain Stay Donate button. A little in the tip jar each month makes a big difference. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends. Speaking of friends, my oldest space friend, Michael Lane, again, playing double duty tonight, but he says he's still going to a rain dance later, weather permitting. He's here with me. Michael, come on in, man.
Hey. Oh my God.
Yeah,
for our beloved Spotify and Apple folks that are listening, and you only listened, you have no idea what a total mess I just made of that intro visually. So
well, all I could do is crack up and hope you heard me. I was just like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, right? Yeah. This is why we love and adore Sean. Like, just shout out to that guy, because it is hard to do this stuff and keep the smoothness of the program going. So
absolutely,
shout out to Sean. He is traveling. He is hanging out with his beloved family. So I am scrambling to pull this thing together. So,
well,
yep.
I'm rooting for you all the way.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. How's things? What's going on with you?
Oh, not much with me. We're still, we signed another consultant for fundraising.
Oh, great.
For the big round.
Yeah.
Not gonna mention who that is yet until she brings in something. Then I'll shout her name to the rooftops. Right. But hey, yeah, that's going on. That's going on. There's just a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot going on.
Some stuff I really, just not, interested in, but I do it anyway because it's my house and I got to do these things. I had my gardener guy was over today. We had to fix a whole bunch of. I had him fix a whole bunch of sprinklers for my sprinkler system on the lawn.
Okay, gotcha.
And so that's going to be more efficient now and doing everything much better. I'll save some water and Yeah, so I was kind of my afternoon.
Mine's been pretty busy since ISTC, and especially in the last 5 days, I'm starting to do things as a result of ISTC, where,
Yep.
ISTC is all about the handshake, and now it's like time to get to work. So,
Right. In fact, that reminds me, I got to remind myself again, my short-term memory sucks now at my advanced age. So that guy that recorded us on stage in the plenary,
yeah,
yeah, that guy we got to record it, he
yep.
finally reached out to me like
Oh
yesterday.
my, great,
And
terrific.
so I'm going to get that whole video from him, and we can put it on
On the channel, terrific.
channel. Yeah. So that's going to be great. That was a great thing to do. I think we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I think they're going to like us, and we're going to do it again.
The main stage is, it's a kind of a coveted space, and then to get it as the early morning starter was kind of a big deal. So yeah, I was pretty happy with it.
And get it as full as it was.
Yeah, right.
We didn't know what we were going to get. This is sometimes we start late because people don't come in. I said, no, that's not.
No, that's not what
that
we're
is
doing.
not acceptable.
No,
and
that's
so
not the role. Yeah,
we made it happen. We'll make it happen again if called upon.
Yep. Right on.
What's in the news, dude? What's going on?
We got a bunch of stuff. I hope that I've got it in the right order that you want.
Well,
We're
in the
going
order
to
from which I
SpaceX, because every conversation ever in our lives from now on is going to be.
I know.
Let me put it up on the screen.
We mentioned this briefly in the last show. They were putting out a bond issue, a bond sale, and really they have some other kind of interim finance thing that that was coming due next year.
Yeah.
And so they put out the bond issue, and they completed that. So that pays for that.
Right.
You're basically getting into more debt to pay off an older debt that you want to retire. And so that's all that was. But yeah, because the other day they were just doing it, and now they've done it. They say they sold it. They filled it that fast.
No problem.
Which is the point of this story.
Right. Yeah.
I thought it was a little dicey at first, but you know what? Here we go. Boom, done.
No, I think it was, they got not a AAA rating, but a solid B pluses.
Solid triple B, I think it is. Yeah, triple B plus.
Yep. So solid. That's a standard investable corporate bond. They got $5 billion more than they were planning. The original reports were saying $20 billion, but it came in higher. I don't entirely know what this part means, right? Unnamed sources told CNN that SpaceX received $90 billion worth of orders. Does that mean that they have an extra $70 billion that they could raise but didn't? I don't really understand that.
That's not really clear. That's not really clear to me either.
Right.
But I did notice their stock's down to 153 today.
Yeah. What's your strike price? What did you did you come in at 156?
For me?
Yeah, you told your broker you wanted to.
No, I've got a put option at 149.
Oh, well, all right. So a buck under what it started at is good enough for you. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good luck. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, Ron Wiener is probably laughing from last time he said, "Oh, my guy says it's going down to 50, but the end of the year."
Ron is. I was. Yeah.
Run, cover yourself with water. Run.
Right. That might suck if it drops to 150.
Yeah. But you still buy the dips.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll be telling my broker, get more of that.
Right. All right. So they got $100 billion-ish in cash.
Yep.
Good for them. All right. Anything else to say about SpaceX?
Not really. I'm ready to move on.
We have talked about it
so damn much.
So let's just kind of move on here. All right.
Yeah. The other thing that was part of that story was what was it? It was Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab set a turnaround record for a mission they're doing for Space Force. 17 hours.
Yes.
That's 10 hours less than the previous record.
Um, there was something in that article. I just closed it. Let me come back to it. Yeah, they're like, oh, you guys, Rocket Lab is a competitor. I bet Rocket Lab likes to hear that they're a competitor because
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
from the outside, not so much. They've got a long ways to go, but yeah, 17 hours from we want a bird in the sky, make it happen.
Hmm.
The one of the technical terms in military parlance is reconstitution, meaning they had an asset that is failed for whatever reason and needs to be reconstituted. How do we get another bird up there fast? And 17 hours is pretty freaking fast. So good.
Right, because the last record was set for at 27 hours by Firefly.
Yep.
A year or two ago.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat stuff. All right.
Speaking of Firefly.
Speaking of Firefly, next one up. Yep.
Yeah, their stock is a little bit down, but I guess they're looking at getting an XM loan to expand their Texas spacecraft production, 110 mil. That'll keep them going. They got 10 years to pay it back.
Well, they also got some of this Texas Space Grant Consortium money, right? Do you remember that?
I'm not sure about that. I'll have to go look.
Okay.
I saw a few folks in there that I sort of kind of knew, and a lot of folks I didn't, and some I think you shouldn't be there. But that's a separate show.
Right. Right.
How did you get there and I didn't? Yeah.
Right.
Kind of thing. So, but it wasn't me, so I don't pay attention. Right.
This 110 million from the Import-Export Bank is a kind of a big deal. We reported on another company that I can't remember back in about January, and we're like, is the XM Bank a real source of capital for this industry? It was the first time it had been used. And now here we are 5 months later, another $100+ million program gets funded. I think that validates it.
That is huge because XM Bank is also huge.
Yeah, right.
Huge, billions and billions. So
after the January show, I spent a weekend looking up XM because I had never really paid attention to it. I said then that I think it's a legit source of capital that our industry is not paying attention to, and now here's another one. So
yeah,
I think we should be looking into this. I think our whole industry should be paying attention to this one.
Yeah, can you benefit from that?
I think maybe, and I don't think you have to go to Texas to do it. I think maybe because of Boeing, we have a really great relationship as a state, and as our legislature has a really great relationship with the XM Bank and export in general. Boeing paved that way a long time ago, so we got local offices here that I've never knocked on the door, I've never explored, but certainly paying attention to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, here's the next one. I almost skipped Ubotic. I don't know anything about this company. It's called Ubotica. But they raised $11 million to scale a maritime intelligence platform. So I have to mention it. They're an Irish company, apparently, on AI for spacecraft. And so they're expanding that. So I guess that's more a code and data play than a satellite play. But
yeah, I don't know anything about Ubotica. I don't really know much about an Irish space program. So I confess I'm a little bit at a loss.
There has to be Guinness involved.
Sure.
I think there has to be some Guinness involved.
The maritime intelligence component, though, I can speak a little bit about that. We had a guest on our show, not this show, but a prior show, probably 4 or 5 years ago. And that guy was all about how ships can go dark when they're out far at sea, and the idea of ghost ships and people turning off their transmitters or transponders, and that it's a legit problem, and there's a lot of oil piracy where a known ship will come in and offload its oil to an unknown ship and drive away in the night. I mean, that seems kind of bonkers to me. It's not a world I'm really aware of, but
Well, that must be how certain clandestine or organizations get their funding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they need to know this stuff. Yeah, and interestingly, Spire got its start by doing maritime monitoring, and they sold that division to another company, and that's how they stayed afloat and got around some of the. Remember, a couple last year they were really threatened by the SEC, and their stock was kind of tanking a little bit.
Yep.
And they sold that division to recapitalize, and that's what made their stock go back up. So it's not an area we pay that much attention to, but maritime tracking is a big deal. And here's another one. So
here's another one. And there you go. And then here's another one. I don't know much about these guys either. They're called Sophia Space.
Yeah, they're cool. I like Sophia.
Yes. Yeah. And but they have actual orbital data center technology, and they claim they're going to be testing it in a small form factor, I guess, on Apex's Nova satellite bus next year.
Yep.
Based in Pasadena.
I believe these folks are local. I think they're a Seattle group.
Well, it says Pasadena in the article.
Oh no, you're right. I'm mixing them up with Portal. You're totally right.
Yeah.
But these are the folks in the refrigerator class data center versions, not the
right. And so this is basically a space hardened version of an edge computer.
Right. Pretty neat.
Which could play an important role, I guess, in building data centers in orbit.
Yep. Does the guys, the CEO, Rob DeMillo, does that name ring a bell to you?
No.
I feel like I've heard that.
It actually doesn't.
No. Okay. All right. We can move on.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Number 5. Okay. Now this is, the Guardians. I'm going, okay, they're going to, but okay. So China has this company called Space Sail, and they're claiming it could rival Starlink. They only have a few hundred satellites in LEO right now, but they got state backing, and they're reportedly negotiating with dozens of countries. So there you go.
Okay, but think about what you just said, that you just kind of dismissed. They have hundreds of satellites in orbit.
Yes, well,
but it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago when SES Global, with only 200 satellites, was the largest satellite operator in the world, right? And now you can be a little blasé about that got a couple hundred satellites of a new company that we've never heard of, right? And we know we've reported on this show several times that China has many companies that they are trying to incubate that are all taking on SpaceX. So 200 active satellites.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're not going into the markets that Avialto is going into, I'm okay with it. So other than that, yay.
Hey, I want you to give a minor plug to what you and Walt released this week. I know that that's not news, but it's kind of a big deal, and his plug was real. So take a moment to talk about it.
Well, that's what we're gonna. Well, I think this is kind of a technical round that we're doing just to do some. So we have to do some stuff in the UK. We have to pay a bunch of fees to start getting our licensing and to build the factory. Yep. That's really what this is about. And plus, we can leverage it to help move the Series A faster.
Yep.
And so we're hoping to get a lot more in by the end of September.
Great.
And then we will be off and running.
Great. Well, cool. All right, moving on to the next one.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't seen an article like this a long time ago. We've had 2 Artemis launches now.
right?
One with a human crew. Third one's being put together right now. And now all of a sudden somebody pops in and says, oh, hey, we have aging infrastructure. We may not be able to handle all this without $1 billion in upgrades. And that's a new report. It's not just some outside watchdog. It's
it's Office
it's not
Inspector General.
it's not Space Q. It's the opposite. It's the Inspector General's office.
Right. Not effing around. Not joking around here. Here's the link to the report. I'm going to grab it and post it also.
Okay.
I want to read this. So I'm glad that you posted this one because
it seemed vaguely important.
Yeah, I think so.
And by 2030, they expect traffic to increase 150%. It's not just about Artemis. It's everybody.
I think our guest next week, Ivan something, is a space sports person. If I've got Sean's schedule correct, I think he's a
VC and a space investor guy, and I don't know huge amounts about him, but he looks interesting.
Yeah. Well, you were right, and this was not on my radar at all. This report coming out saying that that we've got aging infrastructure. I'm a little surprised nobody has talked about this before. So credit to you.
Like years before.
Right, years before.
Yeah. The problem isn't just getting Artemis to the moon. We're going to do that. I think we're going to get that done. Mm-hmm. We're going to get Artemis 3, do the orbital thing, and then Artemis 4, we're landing on the moon. We're going to get that done with what we have. But if our goal is to stay there and establish a long-term presence and start getting the private sector involved more and start developing a cislunar economy and developing, that place is still vitally important.
Right.
And it needs to be kept up.
Yeah. Based on current launch projections, Kennedy and Wallops are expected to operate near capacity in the 2028-2029 timeframe. I want you all to think about that 28-2029 timeframe later on in the show when we've got Dallas Bienhoff on here, because I think there's a lot to say about that particular topic. All right, let us move on.
Yeah, 4 left. We can get through these quickly. In this one, Vast is they've been signing critical partners for all sorts of research labs and stuff up there, and now they just signed up a whole bunch more to do microgravity research. So they're moving ahead, no matter what else happens in the rest of the world. They're not going to stop. Is the point of that? I don't know which companies it is
about that, other than I'm a fan and I hope they do really good things. They're moving so much faster than Axiom. Axiom was so far ahead, and Vast is and credit where it's due. I'm not sharing this page. I thought I was. Hold on a second. I want to show this picture. So credit where it's due. They have good marketing people, right? Like this looks like a space station you would want to be in and operate in, right? Yeah. Their uniforms connected to, was it Prada? I think. They're doing good stuff. And you don't see that. Our industry is notoriously bad for not telling a good story. And I think they tell a good story on top of having, hopefully.
Yeah, it was in their module last year. I actually took a look at it.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right.
It's like, it was very cool. Yeah, I want to be in here for a while.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Yeah. All right, moving on, because we're trying to go.
Okay, moving on. This is another big one that's kind of important. The Korean Space Agency have accelerated the domestic launch system to cut reliance on foreign rockets. Does this sound familiar to you in any way?
How many times have we said?
Is the word sovereign echoing in your head? Wow,
right,
wow.
Right. And reminding people that's not like deep in the weeds here, the Korean Space Agency is only 4 years old. It came online in 2021, I think, maybe 2022, something like
that. But they're already making a very significant policy decision that's going to affect everything they do from now on.
Yep.
You know, now so far we've reported on this a dozen times.
Yeah.
Different countries want to increase their sovereign capability.
Yep.
It takes a while for these things to filter through the system before they start actually affecting domestic sales here in the US.
Right.
But that's the road they're heading toward, and that's probably something we should track. If there's any pain at all, when do we expect it to hit, and what's that going to do?
You know, we're flying on an InnoSpace rocket in November for the world's first dedicated space elevator test. Okay. And that thing is flying out of Brazil because they cannot fly it at home. So I think that's a thing that's going to have to be dealt with. It's a Korean launcher. Not a terrific track record. Pretty worried about this. Okay. But cheap is cheap, and that's the risk we're paying. But so when they start launching from their own soil and build a dedicated spaceport, that's when they're really going to start being able to claim sovereignty. Yeah. So pretty neat. Build your own rocket. Build your own spaceport. Go into the world. I'm excited about it.
And so the question is, does it negatively impact total sales of launch sales in the US in the future? Does the curve go down at all? Or does the curve continue to go up, but just not as quickly?
So
it's a shallower curve, upward curve.
Yeah. So there's a thing, and I'm gonna get the name wrong. Joseph's paradox. It's from the 1870s, 1850s. An economist came up with the idea that the cheaper a commodity gets, the more utility it gets. And while the unit price is lower, the total volume is higher. And so they applied that to coal. Coal got cheap, but more coal got used. And that is true for railroad transportation. It's true for cars. It's true for data centers and data. Like this paradox, I wish I could remember the name. I don't know if anybody wants to look this thing up. Joseph's paradox, whatever it is. And I think rocketry, this is a belief, not a fact, but I think rocketry is going to fall into that paradox, that the unit price will go down, but the
volume will go up.
Right?
Yeah.
And we saw that with SpaceX, and when Blue and Rocket Lab and Relativity and Firefly, and those are the American ones, and then the European ones, and then the Asian ones.
We've been seeing this all our lives because that paradox goes hand in hand with Moore's law.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Which had the same effect.
It's pretty neat. Dallas is smiling because it's his guy who told me that. I did not know that word.
Okay.
All right.
We got about a minute. I got two.
Go ahead.
Two quick things that were done. First off, Boeing got a $2 billion deal.
Good for Boeing.
With Space Force, I believe, and good for Boeing. They needed a win, and so they're doing next gen comms with Space Force. So good for them. They're not out of the running for things. They've had a lot of problems, so that'll keep them flush for a while they sort those out. I don't know if we'll ever see the CST-100 again, but hey, Starliner.
I don't think we're going to see the Starliner again, but $2 billion is at the noise level for Boeing, right?
Under normal circumstances, I would say yes.
Yeah,
I'm not sure anymore.
Lockheed, and I know those were fighting words for Dallas because he was forever at Boeing, but Lockheed Martin comes in at about 70 or 80 billion a year, and Boeing's federal contracts are in the 40 billion number. So I'm not scoffing at 2 billion, but I don't think that gets them back into the space game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. One final thing, and we'll get to Dallas here.
Yeah.
It's another very quick thing. It's something from ESA. They call the European Flight Ticket Initiative, and I'm trying to figure out what this is. But it's led jointly by ESA.
Yeah, I don't have anything on this. So
yeah, they're inviting service providers to apply to join the Flight Ticket Initiative. The objective of which, is to strengthen Europe's access to space. So they're
we reported on this, although I didn't make the connection because the name is different.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We reported on this, I don't know, 2 months ago and 3 months ago, where they picked 14 companies to start building that sovereignty capability. So now it's got a branded name, which I only just learned from this article. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. The end. It's pretty graphics, but there's not much meat to this.
Right. Okay.
All right. Let's bring on our guest.
Okay. This is gonna be fun. Dallas Bienhoff has been with us before. He's a space systems architect, and he has an amazing resume going back to not just Boeing, but he also worked on shuttle related stuff for a very long time. And I know he's got a whole bunch of new things that he's involved in. You want to hear all about them. Dallas, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Michael. Hey. Good to be here.
Good to have
you. Long time, good friends, both of you.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Was those fighting words when I threw Boeing under the bus?
You know, Lockheed is the evil empire to us, and Boeing is the evil empire to them.
There you go.
I'm right though. 70, 80 billion for Lockheed and 40 billion.
I don't know, but Boeing is higher on the Forbes 500 because they have a bigger revenue stream overall than Lockheed does. So
right, because you're just talking about the government contracts. We're not talking about the commercial.
Yeah. I'm only talking
exactly. No, I understand.
Yeah.
So we're still bigger. I'm sorry. They are still bigger.
You waving something there? Is that what you're doing?
And I think the Starliner will fly.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely surprised by that. Really?
One of my co-judges at Rascal works on Starliner. So
okay. We'll fly with people in it, or we'll be just a cargo carrier.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You have more confidence than we do, but apparently you also have more insight than we do.
No, I don't have no insight. I have no insight.
Okay. All right.
Well, since you brought up the subject of Rascal, why don't we start with that?
Hold on, because we got to give him. He's got to go do a little bit of an intro for new people. So
30 seconds. He doesn't need that big an intro. Everybody knows him. Come on.
So my what do you call it? My story.
Origin story. Yep.
Origin story. Was listening to Alan Shepard's suborbital launch on the radio in my elementary classroom, and discovering science fiction around the same time.
That'll do it.
And I followed both still.
Right.
And it led me to where I am today. So that's
so where are you? So, a storied career at Boeing as a designer,
so I worked at Lockheed Martin, actually Martin Marietta.
Okay.
On the Titan III payload interface.
Okay.
I spent 4 years on the Space Shuttle main engine development team at Rocketdyne. Part of that time at the test stands. I worked 3 years at Aerospace Corporation watching the Space Shuttle main engine and furthering along the development of shuttle flight facilities at Vandenberg. So they said, no, we're not going to do that. Moved to Rockwell International and worked in advanced programs until Boeing bought Rockwell and then continued in advanced programs and worked on space station, worked on crew return vehicle, worked on the Russian integration team, went to Moscow, worked with Khrushchev on requirements for the first element, the FGB, functional cargo block. Worked on going to Mars, going to moon, going to Mars, going to moon, going to asteroid, going to moon, going to Mars.
Make up your mind, man.
What's in our mind?
Otherwise, a boring career of no consequence. Sorry, you had such a dull career.
Yeah. Retired in 17. Had my own company for 5 years promoting a reusable cislunar transportation architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Joined Off-World in 22 and trying to send our prospector to the moon to find water ice and process it, as well as just regular.
Outstanding.
All
right, let's go back to Rascal first. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, hold on, because you mentioned something. Because going through all that resume, you mentioned something about Vandenberg, and I thought it was an interesting story. Was just in like a couple days ago, where he's already anticipating my question. He knows the story because Vandenberg was like cutting you off and saying, "Oh, we're not going to do DVD." Well, now they're begging for customers. They want someone to come in and help them refurb, so they can do lots more types of commercial activity.
Well, not only that, but SpaceX just tore down Slick 6 so they can build it up again for the Starship.
Yep,
that's what I thought you were going.
That's absolutely. Yeah.
So if my count is right, they have 2 facilities in development in Florida, plus of course Brownsville and Vandenberg. We've been talking about bi-coastal.
Right.
We've been talking about 3 launch sites, but in fact 4, and that's how you get this gigantic economy in space.
And if you can do 4 a day, 1 from each site.
Or more,
depending on what you're watching. Yeah.
His promise when he, that his team was going to deliver was 3 flights a day, every day of the year, 1,000 flights a year. And I'm like, I said this when the Starship Singularity paper came out. If you cannot do that with 1 launch spaceport. You must have multiple spaceports. So,
and now it's 10,000 launches a year.
That's insane.
Have you seen that number?
I did not see that 10,000. Really, 10,000 a year?
I think that's what I've read the past couple of weeks.
Is that in the IPO doc? I don't think I read.
I don't know. I never read the IPO doc. I never looked at it.
There's probably no point to that. Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody read it somewhere. It'll be good.
I did not hear
1.7 trillion. Go.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So Vandenberg.
Oh.
Great. Good.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning. All right. We just meandered. Let's come back to Rascal for a second.
Okay. So let me tell you what I've been doing recently to get to Rascal.
Okay.
We put in 2 RFIs on ignition, the NASA moon base announcement. We put in 3 proposals on SBIRs, which gave me a week off to review 14 papers on the Rascal competition, which is a college design competition with 4 themes to choose from, the students. And we get a large number of abstracts in February to review and down select to 14. The 14 lucky selectees get to go to Cocoa Beach for a week.
Neat.
Where they present their projects and we evaluate them. And that was the first week in June. So the top 2 winners get to go to SciTech and present their paper at the AA SciTech.
That would be these 2 teams from MIT?
That would be those 2.
Okay. All right.
First and second. And further on that page there, all of the 14 team papers are linked, I believe. So a lot of fun. I've been doing it for 2 decades, probably. Since I came to DC, which was in 2004, but I didn't start it right away. So maybe 2007 when I started. It's a good thing. we do themes that are relevant to what's coming up in NASA's future.
That's awesome.
Surface power, utility vehicle, lunar terrain vehicle, habitats on the moon, business communities on the moon, away from South Pole up at the North Pole.
Right. And
communities on Mars. I mean,
I've never even heard of this program. Why is this a secret? It's not.
It's all focused. All of every year in August, the NIA the organizers send emails to colleges around the country. Right. This is coming up, and then people respond, whether it's a capstone class, a SEDS group, or individual students that just get together to do this extracurricularly. Huh. Did I say that right? Anyway, so we have teams from 3 or 4 people to 30 people competing.
Wow.
So okay, let's run it past it again. What are you competing for? What does the winner get?
The 14 top teams get a stipend to go to Florida. So their travel's paid for. They get $7,000. School gets $7,000. And then the top 2 teams get to go to AIAA SciTech now, used to be the Ascend conference, and present their papers. And so they get stipends to do that. And it furthers their career. I mean, I think 2 or 3 companies were recruiting.
Sure.
People post the resume, bring their resumes, and some may still be looking for jobs. Some are already working, so they can't come.
Right.
But we have schools like MIT, Caltech, Drexler, Embry-Riddle, Virginia Tech, University of Maryland, Central Florida. I mean, all over the country. South Dakota. Or is it North Dakota? One of those Dakotas. But yeah, and we have 10 judges.
Well, and some of these judges are great, right? AC, Dallas. Yep.
John Bradford is CEO at SpaceWorks. Pat Troutman was the NASA sponsor. He retired a couple of years ago. Now he's a judge. Ken Bokem is at Northrop Grumman. He was on the HALO project, unfortunately.
Yes, we had an announcement about that the other day.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
that was a sad day.
Dan Masnick is the NASA sponsor now.
Okay.
Heather Rarick used to be a flight director.
This is great. I have never heard of this program, but I'm very interested.
It's college focused, so you got to go back to college.
Well, we got an intern now, and he's at UPenn, so I'm going to tell him to bring this back to you.
They compete.
They do?
I don't think we had any this year, but they have competed in the past. Heather is a graduate of Penn State. Penn State, UPenn, same thing or not? Maybe not. Anyway.
So he's at shoot. Now I'm going to get in trouble. Penn State. I think he's at Penn State.
Yeah. So anyway.
No, he's at UPenn. I get them backwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, not the same school.
Penn State has competed for sure.
Okay. All right.
I'm disappointed that my school has not competed. But
what school is yours?
Florida Institute of Technology, or Florida Tech.
Yeah,
they're just down the road.
Right. Right.
Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and the students do a great job. Puerto Rico won their first and second year participating. University of Puerto Rico, Maya West.
For them.
Their leader at the time is now working at Langley in the same office that sponsors this. So
fantastic.
And Chris, one of the judges, is a Langley participant, and he was a presenter before he started at Langley. So it's great for their career.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. So that was my 2 weeks, the end of May, 1st of June. Then I took some relaxing time to recover before getting back into, I was still doing the AIAA task force,
Mhm.
Lunar Surface Exploration and Development Task Force. We were finishing up 8 papers for lunar infrastructure, one on habitats, one on power, one on ports, landing pads, one on commodities, one on surface logistics, an overview paper, an opinion paper approved by AIAA, and a site selection rubric paper. These will all be published. I'm sorry, they have been submitted for publishing in the Space and Planetary Resources Journal.
There. Are you
That
guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I was having trouble on this side. All right.
So that's our opinion paper.
Give me the list for a second. Give me the list again. I know that the other ones are not out, but give me the list again.
Habitats.
Okay.
Power.
Okay.
Ports. Landing pads. Ports.
Yep.
So that's 3. Commodities. ISRU.
Okay.
And surface logistics. How do you move things around on the surface?
Love it.
Cool.
And then a site selection rubric.
Okay.
So we have 4 pass-fail criteria, and then 4 rating criteria if you meet the pass on the first 4. And like I said, those will all be in the Journal for Space and Planetary Resources. No, I can't say they will be. They have been submitted for publishing by.
Have been submitted, but not yet approved.
Yeah, not been published yet. So Clive Neal and Angel Madrid at Colorado School of Mines are the co-editors of that journal. And Clive was on our team.
So that's
we had 6 or 8 people on the task force, and each one of us was responsible for one of those papers.
Is this one yours or?
No, the co-lead, Christy Iacomini, authored this, and I authored the surface logistics one.
Yay, surface logistics.
We got to move stuff around.
We'll talk more about that in a minute. But these are great, and I said when we were on the before the show started, like I'm a big fan of Ryan Kobrick. As a human being, I think he's a good human, and he certainly has worked hard to. And
Bill was at Blue Origin until recently, and now he's at Aurelia Institute out of MIT.
Yeah, at MIT. Yeah. Those guys are doing some interesting stuff.
Bob Moses, Tamer Space. He was at Langley before he retired. George Lordos, PhD out of MIT. Clive Neal. High achieving people.
Right. This is a great one. I don't know Io Comini. I don't know her, but
she was at Lockheed Martin. She was at a couple of other companies, and she just joined I think she just joined Lunar Outpost, if I remember. But here she was independent. So anyway.
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
I want to point out that no
Dyke.
funds, grants, or other support was received, but this is an official AIAA opinion paper. So
all volunteer work.
Weight. Say again.
All volunteer work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that carries a lot of weight, right?
Right.
This kind of work.
So this paper is available, and you should be able to post the link to it. It's posted on the Purdue website, and when the journal publishes our papers, if they publish them, that same link will work for the journal as well.
Terrific. Cool. Neat.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. We got those. That was all going on at the same time as the RFIs, the proposals, the Rascal reviews, and all this stuff parallel.
Everything cascades at once.
Right.
Yeah.
And then off-world, my big role in that is to lead the team to develop the off-world Prospector 1, which we want to send to the moon to find icy regolith, to map the terrain, to process regolith, get oxygen out, using up to 4 different processors to find icy regolith, extract the water, Wrong. No, that's the next topic there, Michael. You're
Sorry.
ahead of me.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no,
You're
it's
ahead
too
of me.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're ahead of
ready.
me.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! It's still up there, dude.
That's it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Uh,
Again, really glad that really miss Sean right now for this kind of.
you know, the perils of a live show.
What did you want? You wanted the off-world?
I don't want it. Yeah, you can put the off-world webpage up there.
All right, that's what.
So we're in the preliminary design phase, and we're about to start working with our participants to develop their interface control documents or interface definition documents. But our intent at Offworld is to take our earth mining robots. The top two have been built and tested in operational mines.
Mhm.
The bottom two are notional, but we have tested the sweeper, battery bots, and we want to take that capability, autonomy, AI, machine learning, and take it to the moon in our Offworld Prospector 1. So this is the surveyor.
Hey, this is not AI. This bot exists in the world.
That's real. That's real in an open pit mine in Chile,
Yep.
where it was tested. It has a payload bay in it. It can climb 37-degree slopes,
Woof.
and we can put any kind of sensor on it that the customer wants to find to do whatever they want. The excavator was also tested in a platinum mine deep underground in South Africa.
Wow.
And they all exceeded their customer defined key performance indicators.
This one is
That's the excavator.
right. This is an AI image, but
Right.
I've seen the video of the actual thing operating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't really see a basis of comparison. How big are these things?
These are
Physically.
tabletop size, so think 1.5 meters by
Okay.
a couple
All right.
of meters by maybe a half a meter tall,
Okay. Oh, cool. Cool.
and they're 500 to 1,000 kilograms,
All right.
and they're tracked, as you can see. So, but we'll put wheels on our lunar one.
This
There's-
is
I'm
the one
surprised.
I've seen the
Yeah,
video.
that's the excavator. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was in the platinum mine.
that's the one that's operating in the mine, and it's
Right.
entirely autonomous. How far away are
Well,
people with this thing?
people were around it because this was a test. They were testing.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't say autonomous. It's more like first person point of view. It's being telerobotically operated. But my question was, how far is the person away from this thing?
They were close by
Okay, all right.
because we're in an operating mine. It's almost as safety restrictive as space
Sure.
in an underground mine. But the surveyor, we can sell it to go from point A to point B, and it will real time map and avoid obstacles and go there, and nobody has to do anything with it.
Okay.
You watch it.
Just watching the time here. We got 7 minutes left. There's still a lot
Okay.
to cover.
One more thing.
Yep.
I just want to ask, do you have a launcher yet? Do you have a launcher and a time
Do
frame?
you have $50 million?
No.
Then we don't have a launcher.
Okay. Talk to me in September. All right.
Yeah. Thank
Right.
you. In April at the Space Symposium, our CEO announced 3 new companies. Stellar World. Now you can put up the Stellar World.
Yep, we're doing it now.
Lunar Cities and Transplanetary Services. If you go to the Stellar World website, you can reach the other 2. But basically, Stellar World is an overarching company like Voyager and Redwire. So then there are operating entities below that. Lunar Cities is an entity that will build cities on the moon. Hence the name, duh. A city of 1,000 by 2040 is our plan.
Mhm.
Around a crater, there will be units available that overlook the interior of the crater. There will be landing sites. There will be industrial centers. The anchor tenant will be data centers. Data centers on the moon.
Right.
These will be 50 meters below the surface, minimum.
Yep.
so they'll be protected from radiation, from meteorites, etc. And by 2050, there'll be 10,000 people capacity. And so think businesses, shops, real estate, your downtown, your walking community in an urban area. I don't want to say too much more, but there will be announcements for sales coming up. Resident, get your condo now, dudes.
Right.
All you SpaceX millionaires, buy your condos on the moon today.
Yep.
That
sounds funny, but it's really real, right?
I think when we get our reusable Earth to Moon transportation architectures in place, we will see an explosion of activity on the
Absolutely. Moon. I'm not gonna show the video, even though I love it.
Yeah. People could see it. People could go to it.
I really recommend that people watch this video, because I said a few minutes ago when we were talking about VAST that this industry does not tell its story very well, but your team tells a very compelling story.
So we had some excellent help on that, renderings by Daniel in Innocente.
Yep.
Great architect. And so he helped us a lot with that. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
And that prepped our press release and announcement. And I sent you a link for Jim's LinkedIn page, which has the press release and maybe has links to these other free worlds, but it's stellarworld.ai.
Yep. I am getting that. So I've just put Stellar World in, and now
you can get to the other two sites through Stellar World.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot here.
So we're not terribly busy. we're not terribly ambitious.
I know what Jim's travel schedule looks like. Is that something I can share? Just the cities, not where he's going?
Let's just say he probably spends more time on a plane than on the ground.
He does spend a lot of time on an airplane.
Worldwide traveler.
Yeah. It's pretty remarkable. I've been paying attention to this since the April Space Foundation event. Like I've been paying attention to it almost from day one.
Good.
I've known you, Dallas, for 12, 15 years. I've known Caravala.
Phoenix Space Access Society.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what year that was.
Time, right? Well, there's no space access, so it's out of it's back then.
It was probably back in the aughts or just after.
I've known Caravala when he was running that AI company before there was such a thing as an AI company, right? So that was 2009, I think. So, we go back a ways, right?
We do.
There's an advantage.
Tom, he and I met at the 2006 ISDC in LA.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Watching bongo drums players.
Yes. Oh, God.
So I've been watching this for a while. I'm super excited about it. I think there's a lot happening here. 1,000 people city on the moon, a 10,000 person city on the moon, anchored by data centers. I mean, part of me, the pessimist in me is like, oh, what could go wrong? The optimist in me is like, how do you bring up enough Cheerios? How do you bring up enough milk for 10,000 people, right? Like,
you got to bring cows.
I'm going to, 100 tons of SpaceX cargo.
Right.
But goats, sheep, I don't know.
Right.
You're going to have local food production of some kind.
You're going to have to figure out transportation logistics. And on that, we have 1 minute. So
and somebody else's rabbits would be a good one too.
Say again?
What?
Rabbits.
Rabbits.
Yeah. Yeah. They're fast.
All right. 1 minute. Give me some predictions. 5 years and 25 years.
5 years.
Which he's already done, kind of. But go ahead.
There will be significant activity on the moon in 5 years. Significant, beyond NASA, beyond off-world. Significant.
Significant.
And in 25 years, there will be 2 communities in space, one on the moon, one on Mars, and they will have 1 or 2 fully reusable architectures go into both.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know who they will be. You can guess who they might be, but who knows?
Right.
Happen. And we'll go from there.
Right on.
You know?
All right. Dallas Bienhoff, space systems architect extraordinaire, incredible history that you have had, and
I've played my entire career.
You're a good friend of the show. You're a good friend of both of us, and we're so happy to have you here. And I know we'll be doing this again.
I hope so. With news, hopefully. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for being here.
Good fun.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. We did it, Michael. We did it. You know. And so on Monday, a VC and space investor Ivan Turchak will be with us. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but he's going off in new directions, and we want to find out what they are. And so, in that case, I will say for Sean Key, yes, we miss you. Come back soon. For Sean Key, Michael Lane, and I always remain Thomas Andrew Olson. Keep watching the skies.